Are you looking for top-notch printing services that deliver quality and reliability every time? Look no further. The Lagos Diocesan Printing Press is here to serve you. At the Lagos Diocesan Printing Press, we specialize in bringing your ideas to life with precision and excellence. Whether you need business cards, brochures, flyers, or banners, we've got you covered. Our state-of-the-art printing technology ensures vibrant colors, clear text, and professional finishing that will make your brand stand out from the crowd. But that's not all. We pride ourselves on exceptional customer service, fast turnaround times, and competitive pricing to fit any budget. So why wait? Visit the Lagos Diocesan Printing Press today at 17 Broad Street, Lagos Anglican Seminary, and let us help you make a lasting impression. You can also give us a call on 0703 559 7826 or 0816 398 2570. Lagos Diocesan Printing Press, where your vision becomes reality.
Hello everyone, I am the Right Reverend Ifedola Senasu Gabriel Okupevi, Bishop of Lagos. You are listening to Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio in Nigeria and the official radio of the Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion. God bless you as you keep on listening to us. God bless Nigeria. God will keep Nigeria. Lagoon of blessings will be upon you. Keep on listening. Keep on smiling, and peace will reign in your domain. In Jesus' name.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Stop your full failure.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of our program, Hello, Doctor. I'm your host, Olasimbo Anjorin, and I want to appreciate those that have been engaging in our videos. They've been asking questions, they've been sending comments, they've been encouraging us. We appreciate you so much. Thank you very much. And today we'll be discussing a very vital topic: management of depressive disorder. You know, like we say on the streets, all the rogbodion that is happening in Nigeria gets a lot of people frustrated, and if the frustration is not properly managed, can lead to depression. And we know, some of us already know some of the things that depression can cause. And today, Precious is here to help me. Thank God he's not putting on khaki, so I'm not scared of him today. So we are normal. We are both civil citizens of Nigeria. So depression is actually a very critical thing, especially in the present situation of Nigeria, considering the economic situation, the many things that have been happening, even with people in relationship, a lot of disappointments here and there. And before I even proceed, today is World Brain Day. Is a day set aside to celebrate the usage of the brain and ensuring that your brain is healthy. So we know somebody that's brain is not healthy might actually come down with issues like this. So it's a very good day to even talk about depression. So normally people with depression, they find it difficult to take the first step in seeking help, and that's because that we call it the denial state. They don't seem to want to accept the fact that they have issue with depression. So they want to hide it. They want to keep it to themselves. Even sometimes if you tell them that you have this issue, they want to deny it. And it's common in people. In fact, according to the figures I saw, about 1.5 million people usually have issues with depression every year in Nigeria. 1.5. So you see a lot of that's quite a large number, and this happens a lot in young adults, youth, and you can easily understand why, because that's the period or the age where they tend to think a lot about money, tend to think a lot about marriage, tend to think about their career, their business, and all that. They are more worried about things like that, so they can actually get depressed faster than older adults, because those ones now they already have experience and they know how to manage themselves. And there's no proven way of management, but there's a range of treatment used. What I mean by that, there's no one particular way to solve depression, no one particular way to solve depression, but we have series of treatment and management that we can use to control depressive episodes. So those are what we are going to discuss. We have drugs, we have other measures. We are going to discuss them today. But before we go into why people come down with depression, I think I should just mention a few out of the many depressive disorders we have. There's a major depression. That one, we call it clinical depression. So this is like the major kind of depression really known, that is profound. Let me use that word, as it's profound. It's not that we don't have other depression, but this is like the basic one out of the many. And usually not something you can decide that within 2 days, 3 days, or weeks or months. It has to be something that has been observed for a period of 2 years. The person has to have been showing these signs and symptoms of depression for 2 years before you can say, yes, this person is having a major or clinical depression. The systemic disorder, this one is actually called persistent depressive disorder. Another word for the systemic disorder. This one is just the person exhibiting this low mood kind of character. The person is always down, always moody over a long period of time. Then there's the popular one, bipolar disorder, or the former name used to be manic depression, but now we know it more as the bipolar disorder. It's just a way to describe somebody having a quick change in mood. Constant change in mood. 1 minute they are happy, next minute they are crying, the other minute they are dancing, the one that follows they are tired. They just kind of rapid change in their mood. Within few minutes, the person is laughing. When you go back to check in after 5 minutes, the person is angry. It's just, and I know many people, they use that bipolar too frequently. When they don't see their friend that is behaving one way or the other, they just assume that this one has bipolar disorder. No, it has to be a kind of something that is frequent. It doesn't just happen once and you decide that this person has bipolar disorder. It has to be something that has happened maybe for a series of time before you can start looking into the aspect of disorder. Then there's this one that is less extreme compared to bipolar. We call it cyclotimic disorder. It's not as severe as bipolar. There's another one, seasonal affective disorder. This one, we cannot relate more on it in Nigeria here because it happens more with those people that have different seasons. People that have up to 4 seasons, they have winter, they have autumn, they have spring, they have summer. Nigeria here, Africa, let me just use most parts of Africa. We just have the raining and the dry season. We have the raining dry, and the sunny season. So we don't have much of weathers to compare that kind of disorder. However, I know some people don't like when the weather is too hot, so I don't think I want to classify that on that kind of disorder. They just feel very bad seeing sun too hot. You just see them behaving one way or the other. And the last one here on my list here is actually the destructive mood dysregulation disorder. Disruptive mood dysregulation disorder. This one happens even in children. You can see a child of about 10 years coming or showing or exhibiting symptoms of this. This one is not only for adults, even children. Yeah, I remember a day I was doing a presentation and I mentioned this and I said it happens to children. And people were like, really? Children get depressed too, okay? Children, sometimes maybe they are being bullied, or they are growing in a dysfunctional home, or maybe they have issue with their education and they don't have somebody to talk to. We know most children like keeping things to themselves. Instead of discussing with people, they rather keep it to themselves. So these things might actually lead to destructive mood dysregulation disorder. You can just see the child trying to sit alone, not wanting to communicate with other children of his or her age. Then you know that there's something. Maybe you need to bring the child close, show the child love, and talk to the child. So we have just picked up some types because of time, and I would just want to mention some few things that might cause depression. Well, this first one, brain chemistry, is not scientifically. They are still trying to be sure that is a major cause of depression, but they are not denying the fact that it cannot cause depression. What I mean by brain chemistry is that our brain they actually created in a way. The brain is created in a way that there are some hormones that are being released that are supposed to regulate our mood. For example, we have some hormones we call endorphins. Another name for them, the popular name we give them, are the feel-good hormones. These hormones are actually responsible for our mood. They actually give us that euphoria or that excitement. So some situations where some people don't get these endorphins released in right proportion can actually affect their mood. If not properly managed, they can go into depression. Same with serotonin and dopamine. In fact, in the treatment of some psychiatric issues, they use drugs that regulate the production of serotonin and dopamine. In fact, even in managing depression, there are some antidepressants that their major function is to control the production and the uptaking of serotonin in the brain. So when these hormones are not balanced, it can actually lead to depressive states. Another cause is genetics. Just like many other medical issues, this depression can actually be inherited from parents. It can be transferred from parents to offspring. It might not even be direct parents. It might be issue of being in the gene. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be from a father or a mother. It can even be from an uncle. So what we do in some cases is to check the person's lineage, the maternal and the paternal side, to see if there are people with similar issues of depression or similar symptoms. Then it can actually guide the person into knowing that, okay, this might be the reason why this patient is having this. So we should always have in mind that these things can be transferred from parents to offspring. Then the third on my list here are the life events and disappointment. Okay, this one can be funny because when I talk about life event and disappointments, maybe they serve somebody breakfast now. Let's say, for example, now Precious, I'll use Precious as an example. They serve him breakfast. If he's not careful, you'll be depressed. Breakfast can be more painful than even losing the contract. You can just stand on your own and be looking at the mirror and you start explaining to yourself. Say, what did I do? What did I do wrong? When you get to that situation where you start talking to yourself, maybe they started to go bad left. So because if you don't arrange yourself, okay. But on a serious note, live events like disappointment, loss of things like contract or loss of job or breakup and things like that can actually cause depression. Maybe the person is expecting a huge sum of money and he or she did not get it. After putting a lot of hope on that money, it can lead to depression. The next one here is a physical health problem. Okay, I want to add the physical health problem to the mental health problem. Okay, the physical health problem, there are some cases where some people have some medical conditions. Maybe the person is paralyzed or the person is sick. And the sickness is more like terminal illness. What I mean by terminal illness are those issues that is very difficult to manage, to treat. For example, cancer is very difficult to manage. Most times it leads to death. It's something that they treat or they manage until the person dies. So sometimes people like that, and we can understand because already the person is having a terminal illness, and the next thing they are thinking is death. So that can actually affect their mood and it can push them into depression. Then the mental health problem like anxiety, when somebody is too anxious over something, maybe you have a project you need to run, maybe you're a musician and you have an album to record and launch, and you are so anxious about it, if it's going to come out good, if you're going to have enough fun to sponsor it and all that. And if those are not coming the way you plan, and you're not careful with the way you think, it might actually push the person into depression. Then the post-traumatic syndrome too can actually lead to depression. Maybe somebody has issue that really affected the person's mind, a traumatic issue, loss of somebody, loss of a friend, loss of a family member, things like that, or a very, very bad accident can make the person go into depression. The next one is premenstrual, prenatal, and postpartum issues. Let me start with the premenstrual. There are some ladies. This one is not a profound depression. I mentioned there are different types. There are some that are profound, and there are some that are not really serious. Okay, but we still classify them under depression. The premenstrual, there are some ladies that when they want to see their menses, they start exhibiting some symptoms of depression, like irritability. That one is let me use the normal word we use, pepper body. The person will just be any small thing. The person is hot. Don't talk to me, don't touch me. I will see that a lot in many ladies. Young ladies, when they want to see their menses, they just change their mood. It's actually we can classify that under depression, but it's not profound. Then the prenatal, this one, hey, when you see a pregnant woman, the first thing that comes to my mind when I see a pregnant woman is pepper body, irritability. Now them get them, they're always no. In fact, sometimes I see all those they are asking of unreasonable food. A pregnant man can be asking you to get cola nuts 2 a.m. in the midnight. That is what you want to eat, cola nuts. So I read a tweet one day, and they were just making jest of pregnant women and their unnecessary craving. And one was saying that he was forced to be ironed in the midnight by his pregnant wife. Like, why? Just because she wants to be perceiving the smell of pressing iron, So you can see this is another symptom. So that's how you are classified under depression. I beg you, pregnant women, forgive you, but that's the truth. Sometimes they come out with some of these depressive symptoms. And there's a postpartum. This one comes after birth. It comes after birth. We see issues. There's a popular Yoruba word, abisinwi. Abisinwi. It means like this postpartum psychosis. It's not really serious. It's treatable. It's manageable. There are some women after their birth, they start having this issue with probably with the hormones and all. Still having issues with their hormones not being balanced, and this can really, really, really affect their mood. Then there are some medications also that can cause depression. I won't need to mention some, but some of them are actually medications that has to do with the psychological the psychological base of a human, like drugs we use in the psychiatric homes and all. They can actually give some symptoms and signs of depression. And also alcohol. I know I will get into trouble with some people because I mentioned it at the program and they had to start dragging and asking questions on it. I would say alcohol is not an antidepressant. Alcohol does not take you out of depression. I know many people think that when they have a depressive issue, they will tell you that just take alcohol, you will just sleep off, you forget about it. My guy, you are not forgetting anything. That stuff will just go and keep itself somewhere in your brain. And when your eye clear, after you don't sleep, wake up, when your eye clear, those things that you think alcohol is sensible will bring it back. And for you to know, alcohol on its own is actually a depressant. That is why you always moody after taking alcohol. The people say, yes, you get high. Yeah, that highness is actually a sober state. It's a sober state because at that point, you don't have control over your brain. And that is one of the symptoms of depression. You don't have control over the way you think. You don't have, because it's more like a mini psychosis. So alcohol is not an antidepressant. It's actually a depressant on its own. Then another cause is poor lifestyle. Some people eat anyhow. There are some food. In fact, I usually read it some of platform of dietitians and nutritionists that there are some food that boosts your cognitive thinking, that boosts your brain, that boosts how you think. Especially food rich in phosphorus. They help your brain build. But some people rather eat a lot of a lot of sugar, a lot of junks, a lot of coffee. I hope you people know coffee actually disturbs the sleep pattern. So if you're disturbing your sleep pattern, you're not giving your brain enough time to rest. You are not giving your brain enough time to align itself, make itself refresh. So all those things can actually lead to depression. Also, sleep pattern. Some people don't sleep well. If somebody does not sleep well, it will still affect the brain, and in the long run, it affect how the person thinks. And if not properly managed, the person can start exhibiting symptoms of depression. Then the last one here, childhood experience. Okay, there's a lot of people that had a troubled childhood. Let me put it that way. They had a troubled childhood. Maybe they were abused, they were harassed, they were bullied, they had an accident, they grew up in a dysfunctional home, things like that. They can actually lead to depression as they grow, because those memories will stick for a very long time and to really affect them. Okay, and before we go on, I want us to take a break. And when we'll come back, we will be discussing the symptoms and the treatment. And I want us to express joy a bit, I want us to express joy a bit, because one of the ways to take care of this issue of depression is to exhibit joy. So we'll be playing Joy Overflow by Joe Praise. So if you're listening to us, you can shake your body a bit, enjoy. So we'll be back to discuss the symptoms and the management of depression.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Are you looking for top-notch printing services that deliver quality and reliability every time? Look no further. The Lagos Diocesan Printing Press is here to serve you. At the Lagos Diocesan Printing Press, we specialize in bringing your ideas to life with precision and excellence. Whether you need business cards, brochures, flyers, or banners, we've got you covered. Our state-of-the-art printing technology ensures vibrant colors, clear text, and professional finishing that will make your brand stand out from the crowd. But that's not all. We pride ourselves on exceptional customer service, fast turnaround times, and competitive pricing to fit any budget. So why wait? Visit the Lagos Diocesan Printing Press today at 17 Broad Street, Lagos Anglican Seminary, and let us help you make a lasting impression. You can also give us a call on 0703 559 7826 or 0816 398 2570. Lagos Diocesan Printing Press, where your vision becomes reality.
Hello everyone, I am the Right Reverend Ifedola Senasu Gabriel Okupevi, Bishop of Lagos. You are listening to Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio in Nigeria, and the official radio of the Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion. God bless you as you keep on listening to us. God bless Nigeria. God will keep Nigeria. Lagoon of blessings will be upon you. Keep on listening. Keep on smiling, and peace will reign in your domain. In Jesus' name.
This is Lagoon Radio. This is Lagoon Radio.
My people, your Obonge show don land for your correct radio station, Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio, powered by the Anglican Diocese of Lagos. Join me, your personal person, Obonge Sandito, every Saturday from 3 p.m. reach 4 p.m. We go dey talk about different things where they sell for our society, for family, now for every matter we go dey chook our mouth dey yarn una. Join us for www.lagoonradio.ng. make una follow us for social media, Lagoon Radio Nigeria, that one na for Facebook, Lagoon Radio NG, Instagram and Twitter. Watch us for YouTube at Lagoon TV. Make we dey totori una dey go.
Bible talk am for Obadiah 1 verse 17 say na who fit run go Mount Zion go free and na him go holy and all Jacob pikin go fit collect their plenty better property. Baba God fit do anything wey him want and na him ready to comot all the plenty yamayama wahala wey dey do you if you put mind for him matter. All of us wey dey for Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion don join body tell you make you show for this new level wey we wan start. Dem dey call am diocesan breaking of fetters and we know say Baba God go help person wey need help. He go comot yamayama for plenty people body and him go make all of una life better. Now every third Tuesday this one go dey happen o for also church Lekki wey dey for number 15 Kayode Animashaun Street wey dey for Admiralty Way side for inside Lekki phase 1. E go start for 11 o'clock for morning time. Anybody wey call Baba God name na him go see help and things go dey okay for am. Oya run come collect brekete blessing and miracle o. Na Right Reverend Olasimbo Gabriel Okupevi, the oga patapata for Lagos Diocese Anglican Communion, na he carry this story come.
This is Lagoon Radio. Lagoon Radio.
Yeah, we're back and we've been discussing depression and how to manage depression today. Another reminder that today is World Brain Day, and so if you know somebody or you have somebody that's actually going through a challenge of how they think or issue with the depression, you can actually get some information here for them, and if you can render help by getting them to a professional, I think that will really help. So we'll continue with our discussion today. You see your program Hello Doctor, and I'm still Olasimbo Anjorin, and Precious has been helpful here today. So we've discussed the types and the causes. I think it's important we talk about the symptoms. Like, how do you know if somebody is exhibiting an issue that might be related to depression? The first thing, irritability. I know irritability is something that, like we say, one of the characteristics of a living thing. But in the case where the person is having depression, it goes over the limit. Is in excess. Let me put it that way. The irritability threshold is in excess. They get irritated and everything. In fact, they can even get irritated at themselves. Looking at themselves in the mirror and they're like, no, I just want to see myself. They are just going up and down. Nothing seems to suit them. So sometimes I tell people, when you're in the public and you see a Nigerian, and I think that it happens a lot every day, even as early as 7 a.m., you'll be seeing a Nigerian that is already frustrated of the day. I don't want to say it's wrong, but I think they are human, so it's normal. It's one of the characteristics of human. But when it starts getting too much, that you're seeing the person today, 7 a.m., is like that. You're seeing the person the next day, same character. You should start trying to see if you can get help for the person. And I think it's because a lot of people are frustrated in Nigeria. There's a lot. You especially in this Lagos state, you're waking up as early as 5 a.m. because you have to get to work by 8. Because if you are working in Lagos and you live in Lagos, it's actually a trip. You are taking a trip to your work. You are traveling to your place of work. You are not going to work. You are traveling to work. I know some people might be staying in Badagry and they're working in on the island. So imagine you have to wake up as early as 5 because you are going to face traffic. You are going to face issue of downfall and the bus is not getting fueled early. You are going to face issue of your change being owned by the doctor, and you'll be joining you and somebody you don't know together. You call it marriage. You marry both of you together. That kind of stuff. So people tend to have this pepper body every time. But however, if it's now getting it's not like a culture, like the person's attitude, then there's a problem. There's a problem. It's not something very, very good to build. Then there's issue of loss of interest in hobbies. You might have a friend that is very good at playing video games, but suddenly you see the person does not even want to go close to the television, not to talk of playing video games, or somebody that loves doing music, and then the person is not singing again, the person is not going close to anything that has to do with music. In fact, that person does not even want to hear the radio playing. There's a problem. These people lose interest in what they love doing. Normal thing, playing football, playing sport, and suddenly they are not doing it, then you should know that there's a problem. And in footballers that we have read about that have issue of depression at the time, Adriano, the former Brazilian international, one of the things that made them to realize that this guy is going to depression was the fact that he started avoiding trainings. He started avoiding football trainings, and naturally, Brazilian footballers, they love football. They can sleep on the football pitch. But when they start noticing that this guy is not coming to training, and that was after he lost his father, who was like the major figure in his life. Then he stopped going to training. He stopped meeting with friends and all that. Then they know there's a problem. There's a problem. Lots of footballers are that the first thing they do, they don't want to play football. Those people that do is they don't want to sink. They just want to be on their own. Another one is eating and sleeping disorder. Yes, this one, all you people that just eat anyhow. There was even a day I saw something online, and somebody said, if you are angry or if you are sad, go and eat. I'm like, where did this come from? They now take food as a cure for anger or sadness. You are actually exhibiting sign of depression. Because you see them start eating anyhow. They believe food will take them out of the situation. Food will make them happy. No. You're just making matter worse for yourself. Because in this issue of eating a lot of food and all that, you might start eating food that will even degenerate the depressive issue. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier that some kind of diet can actually lead to depression. So you are now seeing food as a way of getting out of depression. You are making it worse for yourself. And sleeping disorder. Some people won't be sleeping well when they have issue of depression. They might be sleeping like just for 2 hours or 3 hours. And normally, researchers said the adequate time for us to sleep in 24 hours is 8 hours. The adequate time for your brain to really relax, your body to relax, is 8 hours a day. Then somebody that is now sleeping 2 to 3 hours in 24 hours, there's a problem. And sometimes it might not be their fault. The way the mind is, when you start bothering yourself or when you push a lot of thinking to your mind and the person now gets into depression, it will automatically affecting the sleep. The person might be having nightmare, might be having this panic episode during sleep and all that. So it's actually a symptom. When somebody is not sleeping well, it's a symptom of depression. Then this one, isolation. A friend that is always mingling with everybody, then suddenly this person wants to be alone. No matter where they are, if they are like 1,000 people, he will just want to go and sit on his own. Some people usually classify it as autism, and sometimes it's not autism. It might be due to depression. The person might have a lot on his or her mind, and is now wanting to, let me just isolate myself. I don't want to be with people. That's why I see sometimes some people, they will just pack their bags and they are traveling to somewhere nobody even knows about. They just go, switch off their phone, disconnect themselves from the social media. It's actually a sign, or a symptom of depression. Then the issue of fatigue. The person just get tired easily. Something that you do normally and you don't get tired. You imagine somebody waking up 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. saying, I'm tired, I want to go and sleep. There's a problem. You just get tired easily. I want to go. Even they sleep. By the time they go to bed, they will not sleep. But you just say that they are tired. Any little thing, let's take off. I'm tired. I cannot go. They're actually signs of depression. It's not their fault. It's the brain sending signals. I know we understand that the way the brain works, the brain is like the CPU of the body. That is where everything is being processed. Everything that we do is being processed from there. Some of us know about the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. So we know that the central nervous system controls the voluntary and our involuntary action. So both the ones you want to do and the ones you don't want to do, the central nervous system, which consists of the brain and the spinal cord, controls it. So your brain is responsible for your actions. Okay? The brain is responsible. So your brain can tell your body, tell him you're tired. So your body will just say, I'm tired. Even if your body is strong, but your mind is telling you you're tired, it's a sign or a symptom of depression. Some people usually have difficulty in making decisions as a sign. Okay? They have difficulty in making decisions. They'll be like, what should I eat? What should I wear? I don't want to wear this shoe. Should I go here or there? Their mind will not be together. Their mind will not be in a place. They'll be thinking here, they'll be thinking there. So they have problem with making decisions. Those are the kind of people that any little thing, they already call it friends, they already call it family. Probably because of some of the experience they've had before. Let me give an instance. Maybe they had an issue with maybe a breakup, and maybe they dated someone and they had a breakup, wanted to get married, and it didn't work. The marriage didn't work, and they're having other suitors. So now they are trying to check, which should I pick? Should I pick this? Should I pick this? Sometimes it might even be clear difference between these two people, but because of the experience they had, or because of some issues of depression that they're having, they will find it difficult to analyze the situation. Okay, I think that's the right word. They find it difficult to analyze situation and to make decisions on those situations. It might be as simple as, what should I eat this morning? As simple as food to eat. They will have problem with that. And another one there is the issue of low esteem. You have this low self-esteem. People that have depressive episode, they don't see themselves as complete humans. They don't see themselves as good enough. Probably they've been talked down, they've been bullied, they've been harassed, they've been molested and all. So it has gotten to them to the point they are now being depressed. It's now like a part of their brain. So they have this natural low self-esteem. They don't see themselves as being good enough. They don't have this confidence, even if it's something that they can do. But because they are depressed or they have been depressed before, they find it difficult to say, no, I can do this. Sometimes I tell people that it's very good to observe friends. It's very good to observe children. If your child is finding it difficult to relate with children of his or her age, there's a problem. Probably it might be the upbringing from the parents, or maybe the child has been abused before, or the child has been molested or have been harassed. So it's very important for you to know that this kind of sign or symptoms needs to be checked. It needs to be monitored. Don't see it as my child is gentle, or my child is he just like being on his own. I mentioned isolation too as one of the symptoms. No, not naturally. Children they are adventurous. Let me use that word. They are adventurous. They want to try new things. They want to meet new friends. They want to play with everybody. They want to gist. Some of them even make some funny statement that you like, who taught you this? That is a typical child for you. That is how they are. That is how they behave. They are adventurous in all ways. They want to do. But when you start seeing a child having this low self-esteem, they don't have confidence. Maybe they are meeting people and you're stretching your hands. Hey, how are you? And you see the child dragging back or moving back. Okay, that there's a problem. I know there's some child that are quiet or they are gentle, but not to the point of having this low self-esteem or confidence. Probably the child must have had issues. And I mentioned it, the child of about 10 years too can have depression. They can have destructive mood dysregulation disorder, So you need to check. Then anxiety. Some people are just anxious for everything. They're anxious for anything. Probably they have bad experience, like some of the causes of depression. So you see them always anxious. In fact, some of them will go as much as sweating. Sometimes maybe they want to go for an interview. And at the gate they're already shaking, they're already panicking, they're already sweating, their hands are shaking. You've not even gotten into the, what's it called, the interview room. It's even the interviewer that will be telling them to relax, calm down, just relax. Imagine, it can be embarrassing, but sometimes some of them are due to what they've been through or what they are going through. So it might actually affect in many ways anxiety. So I always tell people not to be anxious. There is a passage in the Bible. I don't know if Precious is vast enough with Bible. I will make a joke about my one of my church members before we go on. They asked him a Bible passage that he called you wrong God. I think it was out of, like, for example, this anxiety. It was out of he was just trying to rush and he just said something else. So we made a laugh out of it because it's actually verse in Bible. So anxiety can make you say things that you don't even mean. It can even make you say the wrong thing. If you are so anxious and they're asking you 1 + 1, if you're not careful, you can say 4. It happens a lot of time in examination, or that we'll just say things that are not right. So before we go for we take the final segment of this teaching, we want to go for another short break. When we're back, we'll be discussing the treatment and management of depression.
This is Lagoon Radio.
My people, your Owonge show don't land for your correct radio station, Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio, powered by the Anglican Diocese of Lagos. Join me, your personal person, Owonge Sandito, every Saturday from 3 p.m. reach 4 p.m. We go, they talk about different things where they sell for our society, for family, now for every matter we go dey chook our mouth dey yarn una. Join us for www.lagoonradio.ng. make una follow us for social media, Lagoon Radio Nigeria, that one na for Facebook, Lagoon Radio NG, Instagram and Twitter. Watch us for YouTube at Lagoon TV. Make we dey totori una dey go.
Bible talk am for Obadiah 1 verse 17 say na who fit run go Mount Zion go free and na him go holy, and all Jacob pikin go fit collect their plenty better property. Baba God fit do anything wey him want and na him ready to comot all the plenty yamayama wahala wey dey do you if you put mind for him matter. All of us wey dey for Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion don join body tell you make you show for this new level wey we wan start. Dem dey call am diocesan breaking of fetters, and we know say Baba God go help person wey need help. He go comot yamayama for plenty people body and him go make all of una life better. Now every third Tuesday this one go dey happen o for also church Lekki wey dey for number 15 Kayode Animashaun Street, wey dey for Admiralty Way side for inside Lekki phase 1. E go start for 11 o'clock for morning time. Anybody wey call Baba God name na him go see help and things go dey okay for am. Oya run come collect brekete blessing and miracle o. Na Right Reverend Ifed Olasimbo Gabriel Okupevi, the oga patapata for Lagos Diocese Anglican Communion, na he carry this story come.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Welcome back to Lagoon Radio, and we've been discussing depression. We talked about the types, the causes, the symptoms. So the next thing to discuss about the treatment and management. It's been an exciting time, and even in the process of even discussing this, I've been able to even look at one or two things that I can do personally to help people around, like with this kind of situation. I'm thinking of, okay, probably draw a plan, see how we can connect them with the right institution, you know. So I think it's been very, very enlightening today. So we're talking about the treatment and management. The first thing to know is that the person has to actually accept that, yes, I have this condition. That will make it very easy to manage. You have to open up. You know, you have to open up. I don't want to say all this they say be man enough. We have emotions, men have emotions, but know that you are a human and it's normal. Yes, I'm using the word normal. It's normal to have issue of depression. It's normal. So don't think that some people will stigmatize you for that. It's normal, because we don't want it to generate into more of a psychotic issue. So it's normal to be depressed. So just come out, accept the fact that, oh, no, I'm having this kind of symptoms, and I think I might go into depression if I don't manage it, or I'm already depressed. Come out, talk to people, talk to professionals, talk to clergymen, talk to friends, wise friends, so not the one that will push you further into it. We have some people like that. So come out, accept. Okay, so if you now have to go to the hospital to see a psychiatrist or psychologist, they will now advise on what next to do. Yes, we have antidepressants, which I always say, these antidepressants are actually prescription drugs. What I mean by prescription drugs, they are not drugs you should just go into a pharmacy to buy. They have to be prescribed. You know, it has to be prescribed because we have different types. So the doctor, we need to check the different types, and the one that really fits your condition, and the one that the side effects will not be too heavy on you, will not be too severe on you, because they come with their own side effect. All medications, especially these drugs that have to deal with CNS, they have their own side effect. So the ones that you can easily manage the side effects, to be able to put you through how to go about it, you know. So another way we manage this thing is to change your lifestyle. change your lifestyle. You have to change the kind of food you eat. You have to maintain some diet that are rich in phosphorus. So they can help the brain, not food that will. And I didn't mention it the other time. Sometimes a physical look can get some people into depression, especially ladies. I think this one happens most in ladies. Some ladies will just look at themselves and say, I'm fat. They start thinking about it, start making it a problem with them. So it can actually lead to depression. Some of them might say, I'm not beautiful enough. My head is like this, my leg is like this. So you can actually now think of diet, change your lifestyle. If you're somebody that have weight and you're not too okay with your weight, maybe you're overweight or you're obese, you have to work with your diet. Try to reduce those things that are making you to add weight. Then exercising actually have a way of increasing feel good hormones, endorphins. I mentioned it earlier. It has a way of producing more endorphins in the body. So the more endorphins you're releasing in your body through exercising and all that, it will boost your mood. I've not seen a sad sometimes you might see, but it's very rare for you to see somebody that just exercised or that just danced being sad. That is a form of exercise also. It's very hard because at that point their body is releasing a lot of endorphins, feel good. Sometimes my adrenaline might even be pumping, so you have a lot of vibe, a lot of energy in you. Then the person should be sleeping well. And sleeping, like I mentioned, it helps the brain to relax, it helps the brain to regenerate, it helps the brain hormone to align themselves into the right proportion. Sleep well. Then get some kind of psychological therapy, for example, psychotherapy. Psychotherapy is more like a talk therapy. Talk to someone. When I say talk to someone, that someone should be either a trained psychotherapist, a trained psychiatrist, or a trained and spirit-filled clergyman that can help you, that can talk you out of depression. I know it's not only like I always say this. When I mention treatment and management, I'm not saying only one method works. We use series of methods. I said it as part of my introduction. We don't have one particular management that fixes all forms of depression. Well, we have a range of treatment that we use. So part of it is this psychotherapy because it has been shown to help, especially those people that even take medication. Talking to them, giving them hope, reminding them of who they are and all that can actually boost the mood. Then go out, have outdoor activities, hang out with friends, attend godly parties. I'm not saying the ones that you now go and be abusing drugs and all that, but attend some kind of parties, have an hangout, beach hangout, game hangout. Sometimes you can just have a picnic where you just play games, maybe Scrabble, Noodle. Bring games that requires you thinking, that requires you using your brain, because at that point you are trying to focus on the game, so you will do more of a constructive thinking. I mentioned it earlier. One of the symptoms of depression is difficulty in making decisions and loss of interest in hobby. So if you have these games around, these sports around, you're using it to control the way you think, the way you analyze situations, and the way you make decisions. So the next one will be distract yourself with music and videos. Listen to Sabinos, listen to Kiki. Those people are there to make you happy, to make you laugh. Just watch their videos. Then remove all materials that are making you to be thinking. Maybe, I will use Precious again as an example. For example, let's say Precious is dating a guy, the guy broke his heart, or the guy is about to break his heart, and this shirt is putting on now. Maybe the guy bought the shirt for him. I would advise Precious to throw away the shirt. If you can burn it. Because if you see this shirt, every day you see the shirt, you remember, now Bimpe give me this shirt. You start crying again. So take whatever that might be causing you to think, take it out. Then the last one, I'm a child of God, so I have to say this. God, if every other thing I mentioned here won't work, God will work. Get close to him. He has the ultimate solution to everything. In fact, it's with God that all these other things I mentioned will work. It's with His presence that everything will work. So we're saying that I've come to the end of the presentation for today. I hope we've learned one or two. And if you have questions, if you have comments, you can put it in the comment section. we attend to it. And again, my name is Olasimbo Anjorin. I'm a pharmacist. I'm also a public speaker. So if you need anything that has to do with pharmaceutical information, you can contact me. My WhatsApp number is 08054781415, 08054781415. I'm on Facebook, Olasimbo Anjorin, and I'm on Instagram, Olasimbo.Anjorin, Olasimbo Anjorin, Anjorin. Please do go to comment, do go to share our videos, and like, subscribe to our channel, Lagoon Radio, Lagoon TV. We are on all digital platforms. And until I see you again next week, remember, your health is a treasure and you need to guide and protect it. Thank you very much. Good evening.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Are you looking for top-notch printing services that deliver quality and reliability every time? Look no further. The Lagos Diocesan Printing Press is here to serve you. At the Lagos Diocesan Printing Press, we specialize in bringing your ideas to life with precision and excellence. Whether you need business cards, brochures, flyers, or banners, we've got you covered. Our state-of-the-art printing technology ensures vibrant colors, clear text, and professional finishing that will make your brand stand out from the crowd. But that's not all. We pride ourselves on exceptional customer service, fast turnaround times, and competitive pricing to fit any budget. So why wait? Visit the Lagos Diocesan Printing Press today at 17 Broad Street, Lagos Anglican Seminary, and let us help you make a lasting impression. You can also give us a call on 0703 559 7826 or 0816 398 2570. Lagos Diocesan Printing Press, where your vision becomes reality.
Hello everyone, I am the Right Reverend Ifedola Senasu Gabriel Okupevi, Bishop of Lagos. You are listening to Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio in Nigeria and the official radio of the Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion. God bless you as you keep on listening to us. God bless Nigeria. God will keep Nigeria. Lagoon of blessings will be upon you. Keep on listening. Keep on smiling, and peace will reign in your domain. In Jesus' name.
This is Lagoon Radio.